Welcome to my first YouTube video, the transformation of a basic condo into a home. This is what we did to make ours work. Yeah, we looked at a lot of things, but I'll let the voice continue. We originally chose this unit about 5 years ago. There was a big delay in it being ready, but part of the reason we chose it was to have a good view, to be high enough to see the golf course, some of the ocean, Lapu-Lapu Island. We wanted at least to be comfortable and get a view and not be facing the rest of the project. Although the side bedroom window has a couple windows, so there's a side that there's a project on, but the rest is basically the same view. And one of the first things we looked at is air conditioning, is that you want to have something energy efficient. And a lot of them, they show theirs compared to the other is saving a lot of money. Yeah, so that's something that, as an engineer before, I wanted to get something that would be energy efficient. And there is the room. They only do these buildings so you can have the window type. You can't have the two-part type. But Carrier, I've worked with that. It has a good reputation. The inverter will go slower speed as it's nearer things. So as you're off the desired temperature, it will run at a faster speed. Then as you get to the right temperature, it will go to the much slower speed, so you barely notice it at all. The unit in the bedroom is a little smaller, so it doesn't have the inverter function. But the aircon seems like it's doing well. Looking out back, there's the J.P. Morgan Chase building, which is about 10 stories tall, so being up a lot taller, we can look past that to the golf course and see everything else. Of course, this is in Cebu. I may not have mentioned that in the title. And you sort of get a pretty basic unit. There's some friends lent us their chairs. That was very nice of them. Of course, with all the construction work and dust, they weren't as good shape afterwards as before. This is another view of that unit. Then the kitchen area is obviously not really big enough for a kitchen. In the model rooms, they show a bigger kitchen, and I wanted that counter. And they said, well, that's special for the model rooms. I wanted to get a stove and oven, but the circuit breakers that they provided just don't allow enough capacity for a stove and oven. So we decided to do things differently. This is a sink. These are the cabinets that came with the unit. And what we end up getting is induction cooker, which heats things a whole lot faster and actually ends up using less electricity overall. And this is our kitchen thing. We bought a refrigerator, and the refrigerator was a thing too. I'd like a bigger one, but you need a certain amount of clearance on the side and the top so to get the proper ventilation for it to work right. So if we got one any taller, it wouldn't work right. But here we have plenty of ventilation, and the refrigerator seems to work quite well. It does a good cooling job, and you can look across the window of the kitchen of the unit across from us also. And this place does have some backup power, so if the power is out, certain circuits can come on. The refrigerator is one that will come on. TV is one, and certain lights in one place, and whatever else you put in that plug. We don't usually use too much. We try to use the air conditioners, but it's very nice having some power in some way. Some of these floors were marked where the counter was going to come out, and sometimes that would gradually change. We did end up getting a designer to work with us because I didn't have any tools. I don't know where to get everything here. Although I ended up taking a lot of trips to a lot of different places and finding out who had what and stuff. But it was still nice to have, someone that really knew the scene, knew the workers to get the right job done. And don't take that lightly. Someone on the floor below us in a similar room hired someone and paid them a lot of money. They did a horrible job. They really messed it up, so she ended up hiring the same person we did to get things fixed and to do a proper job. Yeah, one of our first things was also internet, and that wasn't very hard to get, and it seems to work well, and now we can watch Netflix and anything else like that we want to do. And the service comes with a landline phone. It's helpful, although you get so many free minutes, then after that you do pay for your time. So In the bathroom, there's basic sink, and we bought this combination washer dryer. And I'm happy with it because you can go and set it to wash and dry, and you come back in a few hours and have your clothes washed and dry. You don't have to move it to another unit. You don't have to have an exhaust fan thing blowing the hot air outside. It seems to work there. But I would recommend, having some ventilation. Otherwise, that room will get sort of hot. Especially when you're doing the drying action. But it does a nice job, and it adds a lot. And this is our shower before it was done. We used the line there to dry towels and stuff. And that was the plug up there for the hot water heater. And again, we have a window in the bathroom or the shower, which is really nice. You don't have to run a fan all the time. You keep it cracked open and keep things nice and dry, so you don't have to worry about getting mold and things getting damp in the bathroom. To get the view I wanted, we do have south-facing wall there, so that keeps the bathroom sort of warm. And somewhere someone came up with the idea of painting a few of these rooms on the outside a dark green, which tends to hold heat and make it warmer than it would be otherwise. And the aircon takes care of that, but to me it doesn't seem like the brightest idea when you're designing a building. Usually you don't want dark colors in a warm place, especially if it's going to be exposed to a lot of sunshine. And so we moved in early before a lot of the other things were ready, because we were staying in the first 6 weeks, about nothing happened. We were staying in hotels and Airbnb and traveling, but we wanted to eventually have a home. So underneath the bed, we had it raised up about 12, 13 inches so we could store suitcases, packs, anything else. Just even though there's good storage space, like right now you're looking at the closet we had made, and there's 3 sections to it, and 2 of them have place for coat hangers, the other one has just more level places. But it serves functional. It can hold a lot of stuff and clothes. And there's a top level there, and there's some room on top there. So the closet I'm very happy with, and that's a design that I got somewhere else, and I told them that's what I wanted, and that's what they made, and they're very happy with it. It's nice not being cluttered, having enough space for everything. Because this is not that big of a unit. I'm used to bigger spaces and more storage space. If you look at the roof, there's a sprinkler there. There's total 5 in the unit. 1 in the bedroom, 1 in the bathroom, 1 near the kitchen, and 2 in the main area. So for most fires, that should be doing. Now the draperies you see, that one across didn't really cut it. We went and got the other one, so they worked nice and normally. But originally, we were given one, actually another one that didn't cut out the light too much, so we were totally unhappy. We went to Landers and bought one that was made for Costco, and it seems to do a pretty good job at keeping the light out, except each window really needs 2 of them instead of just 1. But we're happy with that also, and that seems to work well and keeps it dark enough to sleep. This is in the south of us. They're working on a building that's going to be 38 stories tall. And it's going to cut off a lot of the view from here, but not all of it. It's limited in where the building will be. And I thought, well, it might give you some shade, but I sort of doubt that. But anyways, I'm gradually watching that project do. But that's the window on one side, and I have more windows facing the golf course and the ocean, so it's not like I'm losing everything there. Eventually, I'll get a headboard, because this is a solid, but 24-inch cement beam and structure for the building. And this is, the same southern view from there. Actually, it's the east view. That's where the sun rises from that side. This is our bedroom carrier unit, 3/4 of a horsepower. It does a good job. It will be very quiet at night, so we can sleep well. And these air cons have about 8 layers of filtration and different types of filters to keep the air very clean. Right now we're trying to find, they're supposed to include a couple cleanings in the first year we have it, so we're trying to get them out. It's not that easy to open, so we need to be shown how to do it properly. So this is coming back to the refrigerator, the kitchen, and these are more of the things in the top and the counter, one of the other fire sprinklers in the main area. So this is about the end of the first video, and I will very briefly show you the next one. It's like a follow-up and there's more done, and another follow-up when it's really completed and done. Yeah, the curtains weren't put in this place as soon as the other ones because we needed to sleep in the other room and we needed it dark. And the curtains do help keep some of the heat of the sun out of the room, which so you want good curtains here, which are not always as easy to find as you might hope. Hello, this is an update of the progress in converting my bare studio into a home. Looking around, what was delivered but not yet installed is an entertainment table to put a TV, and there's some finished work that needs to happen, and this will allow some storage with some drawers. And there's space under it for storing other things. The power does come in back there, and there will be some wood across here to make an elevated desk. We have the table marked out where the kitchen table is going to be. This is coming into the place, extending the counter because the counter is not big enough. And in this space, we will have like a convection cooker and rotary and small oven. And this will be kitchen storage and silverware. And there will be another kitchen counter and storage over here. Inside the bathroom, there is now an enclosure. It's a good enclosure, but it's a little narrow. If I was much overweight, I wouldn't really fit in there. But be sure to warn you, if you're getting something like this, be sure that you would fit in here. There's a lot more to be done here, and hopefully that will happen very soon. And yeah, sofa will arrive too, and other things. I just wanted to update this. And if you get a contract with someone that's going to do that sort of work, get it itemized as you possibly can. You might even want to get dollar allowances for different items, so you know how much you can spend. Because you may want something else, and you can trade off with what you want versus what they have selected. The bed will be a headboard, and this is sort of the last view of here as they're slowly working. Someday they're going to come up and be above this level. So right now we can see the mountains, and we'll may see some of them again, and some of the bay from the side window. But fortunately I have a lot of other windows. Hi, this should be the last visit. This is 11 weeks into our 7 to 8 week project, and we're basically done. A couple of very minor things. But anyway, this cabinet area here to extend to the kitchen. There's cabinet space on top. There's a lot of space in the bottom. There's a counter to put things on. There's my beautiful wife sitting on our sofa, which does have a nice mirror up above. to help. There's the aircon unit, which we'll get a little frame around that. That's one thing that hasn't been done. There's a nice little table there to put things on or raise up, and this is a little raised here. Originally there was going to be another square on the entertainment section, and that was there for structural reasons, but that was deleted. But somehow this is still a little high. We decided to get a high definition smart TV, and it works fine with the internet here. We don't have regular cable. These drawers are nice. They give us lots of space to put things in there. And with the internet, they give us a landline phone, and this could be used as a bookcase or anything else. Right now, we're just trying to have a few things to personalize it. This is the mirror by our kitchen dining area, and we wanted the longer, although it's called a 6-person table and we have 6 chairs, the 4-person ones just weren't big enough. They were too close. Your legs would never fit. So this just allows a bit more space. And this is, I guess the mirrors distort things a little bit. And this is our the main counter. This is the 2-person induction cooker unit that, and originally the convection oven was going to go below it in there, but when I sort of studied the manual for it, they want more ventilation on top than we had, and being in a closed space, I didn't want to really push it and not have the ventilation that they recommend. So, so we ended up mounting the convection oven up above the window. So if we use it, we can open the window, we get plenty of ventilation, and we can still see out the window on the bottom. The neighbors, someone showed up that's going to be getting that unit well, and we have plenty of drawer space and storage space now, which is what I wanted in the kitchen. In the bathroom, as they got the mirror installed, actually first they had, we're looking at, look at the mirror right here. First they had the mirror installed, then they had to take it down in order to install these things, and when they took it down, it ended up breaking, so they need to get a second mirror. But this is more storage stuff in the bathroom, a place to put towels and sheets and toilet paper and towel hanger and stuff. And yeah, this was in here last time. We did have the hot water heater. I really did like the rain shower that came with the place, but a lot of times people, if it's cold, they don't want to be there, so I thought I'd go ahead and get the hot water heater and put in. Yeah, it's a nice shower. It works well. And soap. Okay, and the last part is the bedroom, which was mostly done before, but the bed that they made before, one, we have a headboard now because it's solid cement in the back of that, and two, the bed was a full size, not a queen, and we wanted a queen, so they remade the bed, a larger size, and they're bringing in the new pad this coming week. Now there's plenty of storage space in there for suitcases and other things, so we don't have to fill up our closet with bulky things. And the same closets are here that were there that actually will hold a lot of stuff. And they're going right to the light switch. We'd make it bigger if we could. And there's a little bit of storage space on top of the closets. But overall, it feels more like home now. Like my wife put up a few pictures and stuff. So we have, this is a home. It's not a bare thing. It's comfortable. It's a nice area to live in, and we enjoy it here. I hope you gain from this to see what's possible. Sometimes things take longer than you hope. You just have to be patient that things will get done. And our designer was very good. I'll be happy to mention that if people have questions. And good luck on your own unit. And this is the splash guard they put above the kitchen thing, so if you're washing dishes or cooking, you don't get it on the wall. And the other suggestion if you have things you want and you have a designer or someone, write down as much as you want and show them. Make your own plans. If they're not, it's time to make plans, they're not used to that, make your own plans and give it to them, and that will allow them to know exactly what you want, and you can hold them to getting exactly what you want. So good luck. I hope this was helpful. And this is my first attempt at making a YouTube video. Hopefully they'll get better and I'll do more travel related things. Thanks for watching. Bye. This is the frame around the aircon units that we were told would eventually happen. Have a great day. Bye.